Okay, Dan, congratulations on your win. Obviously, you've had some great moments here in Australia. Would you rate this over the KO win that you had here previously? Is this your new favourite moment?
And that's knocking someone else it's always the best thing, the crowd loves it, the people love it, your highlight reel goes through the roof when you get that knockout finish, and there's no feeling like that, there leaves no question. But it's the same as a submission, like the guy, you put him in that choke and he taps out, that's it, there's no questions. A decision, there's still questions had the fight carried on. But a submission victory, like a choke or a knockout, it leaves no doubt as to who's the better fighter.
The fight was over pretty much before it even started. Did you expect the fight to be so quickly, to be finished so quickly?
Well, I said before the fight, I'd be surprised if he made it out of the first round. That's not cockiness speaking. Now I've been there, I've trained in the States, I've trained with the best fighters in the world, and I know that my skill set is world class. And I just knew that Mark Eddiva's skill set wasn't on my level. It's not knocking Mark's. Mark is a fighter, he's a great fighter and a warrior, but I'm one of the best fighters in the world.
Talk us through training in the States. Are we looking at Dan Hooker 2.0? What has it done for your confidence and what has it done for your fight style?
Well, it's just coming from New Zealand, you're just not quite sure what's out there. We're in the bottom corner of the world, so it was for me to go out and see the world and see the level that's out there, and compare my skill set to theirs. And in New Zealand, we have some of the best fighters, man. There's some talented guys in the gym and on the mats, We have a lot of up-and-coming guys. I'll say in the next few years, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, you're going to have 3 or 4 or 5 Kiwis in the top 10 in different divisions.
Do you feel like Team Elevation is one of the biggest up-and-coming gyms at the moment? You've got Lisa Bowling, you've got a lot of, you've got TJ Dillashaw, the former champion, you've got guys like Matt Brown, Kat Zingano. What do you think about the team?
Yeah, the team's great and the coaching is world class. They've got a world class system, and that's something I kind of went and picked up the way they train, the way they their systems for training, how much time they spend jiu-jitsu, how much time they spend grappling, striking, strength and conditioning. They've got it down to a science. Neil's been following that plan for a long time, and he's 9 out of 10. So it's proven. It's hard science. He has the results to show for it. I was on the mats a week ago and he had 2 champs. Joanna Jędrzejczyk was there, TJ was there, Cowboy was there, Matt Brown, Brandon Thatch, Neil Magny. Like the list is just endless of the big names and talent coming through that gym.
It seems like a general consensus that people who train in, say, Australia or New Zealand, everybody always asks them, when are you going to go to the States and sort of expand your horizons? I guess the consensus of the training is of a higher level there. Did you find that? Did you think there was a big leap and a big difference there?
It was just a mental thing. I guess I'm more of a practical thinker. We have other fighters in the country, like Israel Adesanya. I don't know if you've seen him fight. He can kind of just grasp this. He believes he's the best in the world, and he knows he is, and he's 100% confident. But I'm a bit more of I'm a practical thinker. Like I need hard science. I need evidence for me to do something. I'll research it until it's proven, and then I'll kind of go and do it. So that was the kind of, I can't just grab confidence out of nowhere, but being there and training with those guys and seeing my level and seeing their level and the way they train, it really built me up.
And just curious, what was it that made you pick Elevation? Because obviously in the States there's so many fantastic teams. Why Elevation? What science did you see that made you believe this is the one for me?
Yeah, well, I met Neil Magny at UFC Auckland, and he was just a cool guy, and I kind of followed his career there and all his interviews. He was talking about how smart he trains and how great his coaches were. And then I just saw the level of guys training out of there, and they were really working on building their team up. So that's something. I messaged Neil kind of straight away. He put me in touch with Lisa, and I pretty much said, I'm looking at coming out in a couple of weeks. And he said, yep, sweet, like just show up and we'll get things going. And so they just made it the easiest. And I saw that I went and researched, and I saw that there was hard science, that they had great coaches and great systems. So it seemed like the best option for me, and it really was.
When are you hoping to get back in the cage? Obviously you didn't take much damage today, so you should be able to get in pretty soon again.
Man, I'm ready to go now. If they want me to fight again, they want to sign me again for another fight. I'm I'm 100% injury free, you know, just get in touch with my email and I'm I'm there, you know. I got a wedding in a few months, so if we can get one in before then, that'll be nice.
Obviously a thriving division, a lot of cool, big names there that you might be wanting to fight. I mean, you're the kind of guy that does seem to want to call out his next opponent. Do you have any names in your head that you'd like to fight next?
Yeah, I think that's a different guy, you know. Once you finish and everything's down, I kind of put that stuff away and I go back to normal, you know. I'm building a fight up. I'm going to, you know, some people have kind of written the book of how to get big fights and how to sell fights. So if I have to do that to make a living for my family, then I 100% will, you know. But I made my living now. I'm sitting back and relaxing for the next week or so.
I guess you're the only guy who's got to finish so far tonight, so you might have an extra 50 grand in your bank account coming up. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you can't really get your hopes up too much for that. To some guys at the law, you know, that's life-changing money, and so, you know, fingers crossed. I won't be spending it just yet.
How important is this win for New Zealand MMA in your opinion? Because every time I speak to the Kiwis, you're definitely one of the top fighters, one of the favourites there. How does it feel to walk out into the arena, you got the flag on your back and the whole country watching you, supporting you, and being able to deliver a win like that for them?
Yeah, well, I represent New Zealand MMA every time I step in that cage. You know, I started training in New Zealand. I'm a Kiwi. As soon as I open my mouth, people know I'm a Kiwi, you know. So it's my success. If I can have successful, I can bring the sport in New Zealand with me, you know. It creates more attention back home for the younger fighters looking to get in. You know, these guys are sharp, man. There's a couple of real talented guys in New Zealand MMA, and they're going to be making a real splash soon. They just need those signatures, man. And also, we want a UFC back in New Zealand. That's really the main goal. And to get the UFC back in New Zealand, we need guys to headline it, and we need successful fighters that the people are looking to support. And that's what I'm willing to do, you know, rack up a few more wins and get that call going and bring the UFC back to New Zealand.